Hello, students. Welcome back. So let's continue with the part 4 of this particular assignment. So assignment A. So what we're going to do here is we're going to continue to explore what we can do with a list, right? So here we have the instruction. It says seeing the world. Think of at least 5 places in the world you'd like to visit. Store this location in the list. Make sure the list is not in alphabetical order. Why we do that? Because later on we want to learn how to use the sort function, right? Sorted function, sorry, sorted. Past tense. So what we do is first think of 5 places. So I'm going to put place, declare a list here with places. And then my 5 places, we know maybe some touristy place, all right? So I have the Great Wall of China, the Taj Mahal, the Machu Picchu, Chichen Itza, I can't pronounce it well, I guess, and the Colosseum. So we have that 5 places, touristy place to visit. Then what happened is these are some of the functions that we can actually apply on the list, and let's see how they work. So first of all, print it in its original order. So I say, well, print original order so that I know that whatever's coming out next is the original order. Then I print places, right? Just print the list. It's straightforward. Now, if I want to arrange it in alphabetical order, right, without modifying the list, I can use sorted. So what happened is when I do this, right, I say print sorted places, the list doesn't actually get sorted. All it does is that they sort it out temporarily and then I print it out. But after I print it out, my list that says places is still in its original order. So that's why I print it again, still original order, just to show you that the order didn't change, right? And then what happened next is that I can actually use this reverse to change the order and then print the list to show that change. So what happened is over here, right? I say print in reverse alphabetical order. How to do that? Again, I can use sorted, right? Then after that I say well places reverse equals true. So when I do this, right, because I'm still using sorted, my list actually didn't really get sorted. You see, very tricky. Sorted doesn't really sort the list. It just temporarily sort it. But the original list that you declared earlier, right, is still there. So it's still in the original order. However, right, if I use the reverse order, the reverse method, right, places.reverse, you realize that this is a method, sorted is a function. So method actually changes the list, but function doesn't, right? Something to remember. So learn something new today, I hope. Function, it doesn't change the original list. It just do something to the list and then return a value. But the method, right? We talk about difference between method and function, right? So method actually changes the original list. So when I use the method and then I put reverse, then I print it. Well, it's in reverse order, right? Then I actually can reverse it back again, right? And see what happened. Finally, I can use sorted again to sort it once again alphabetical order, and then I can reverse it again. Wow, that's very crazy, right? So that's according to the instructions over here. But let's run it and see what happened. I've already run it, right? So let's walk through. So first of all, I have my original order. So this is the original order. I start with the Great Wall and end with Colosseum. I did it on purpose so that you see the 2 places with the starting with the letter C is at the back. So if it's sorted, it should go to the front. And indeed, in alphabetical order, I sort it goes back to the front. However, if I print the list again, you find that the original order is still there. Okay. Now, how about reverse alphabetical order? Remember how I do that? I go sorted, but this time around reverse, I say true. So now my 2 places with the letter C is right at the back. And then I print my list. It is still in the original order. So the order didn't change when I use the function sorted. Now, what happens if I use the method reverse? So I reverse it. Okay. So I reverse it. You can see it reverse. And then after that, I print the original again. So let's see what happened here, right? If I go places.reverse, okay, and then I print it, it's in the reverse order, right? Then after that, it's still original. But then if I use the method, I print it, it is also in the reverse order. And then after that, I need to do a reverse again to reverse it back in the order. So you can see what happened. So I go flip it. Here I flip it, and then over here I flip it again. Now take note, reverse is flipping the order. It is not sorted. So this is just flipping the order. Now what happens is now I can actually sort it again. This time round in alphabetical order. I sort it alphabetical order, and then I can reverse it. So now I have a reverse alphabetical order. Yep. Use the sort to change your list. So I have reversed it and I print it. Got it. Okay. So maybe I should run it and see what happens. Run. There we go. Okay. So everything is in order. Yeah, the reverse alphabetical order is not quite right. So let's take a look and see what went wrong, right? So sometimes you need to actually catch all this. This is actually a bug. But what happened is the error is not detected by the system. So in the chapter that we're going to talk about debugging, right? When we code, we got to get used to the idea that there will be bugs and there'll be errors, right? So this is called logical error. So there's actually logical error and syntax error. If it's a syntax error, the system will capture it and it won't run. But when it's a logical error, the system actually just run, but you need to manually figure out where it went wrong. So what happened is down here, in the last part here, I actually want it to be in the reverse alphabetical order, but it is not, right? So what happened is down here, in the last part here, I sorted it, right? This is great, okay? But because it is using sorted, it doesn't really sort, right? It doesn't really sort. So when I try to reverse it, my places actually was not sorted. So what can I do, right? So let's try a few things. Number one, okay, I can actually, first of all, sort it, right? So I need to sort it first. So if I were to use a variable to capture it and say maybe sorted list equals to, then I go sorted places. Okay, so now instead of places, okay, maybe instead of sorted list, let me just make it more meaningful. I did sorted places. I sort it. Now instead of trying to reverse the places, which is actually still in its original, I'll take this and I will put it right here, right? So now this sorted places, I will reverse it, and then I will print my sorted places. Right there. Now this last print here with nothing just means leave a line, right? So now I run this, and there we go, successful. Okay, so that's debugging for you, right? Sometimes when it's a logical error, you got to do it manually. Okay. So now moving on to the part 5. Let's see. So now part 5, what we want us to do. So for the list of the 5 places like to visit, use a for loop to print. So now instead of printing the whole thing in the list, I like to actually print them using a loop like this. Now, why I do this is because down here, the list is horizontal. Sometimes it's quite irritating and tricky to see things in horizontal, especially if you have a very long list of 20, 30, even 100 stuff, right? So using a for loop, I can print it vertically. So it's sorted nicely. And then after that, we will use something called the slice. Now the slice, what it does is that instead of printing the entire list, I only want to print certain part of the list. Okay. So what it does is that, okay, if I want to print the first 3 items, I can do this. Now, what happens is if there's nothing there, it's actually a 0. But when 0, I don't really need to put anything there. So it means from 0 to 3. So I will print out 0, 1, 2. I will not print out the 3. Okay, so that's what it does. This is what slicing does. Okay, we actually tried it earlier in the previous video already. Then, of course, if I want the middle 3 item, it will be the index 1, 2, 3, right? And then finally, the last 3 will be 2, starting from 2. So 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'll go 2. Now again, when I have nothing here after the semicolon, it means just keep going until the last element. So this is fine. If I want, I can put it there, but otherwise this is fine. So let's see. Run this, and you can see now it print the 5 places in vertically, so that's easier to see. And then the first 3 items are here, the middle 2 is here, and the last 3 is here. Sorry, 3. First 3, second 3, last 3. So there we go. Okay. So I hope this has been useful. We will continue with part 6, 7, 8, and 9 in the next video. Have a nice day.